So box.
P1, what a ripper! Goldie finishes off in style.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel Sported with Wolves. So as always, if you like our content, please share it with your friends, and then if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do subscribe. Right now we are at the end of the footballing season. Probably two more tournaments left. One is Europa League and then another one is Champions League. But I guess all the other leagues, almost done and dusted. Yes, probably two more leagues is still happening, but as already said, we have champions in Serie A, and then we have champions in across leagues in Europe. So let's talk about the Premier League, because in our last video, what we said is one league which is still open is Premier League, and the battle was between Manchester City and Arsenal. Yes, we finally have the winner. And it's the fourth consecutive time Man City, Pep and his team had won the Premier League. What a feat, guys! What a feat! Because four consecutive times. Looking at the stats, because this time, like 2 points, it was just a kind of it. Arsenal, government gave the fight till the last day, and then before, last season also probably like 5 points, right? Because Arsenal again 84 and 89, and before that Liverpool again 1 point, 92 and 93. So yes, we spoke about it probably the one last time, the last phase of the Premier League. Pep, he had mastered this phase. Yeah, again, yesterday was yet another display, right? And they scored the fastest goal also, as well. 78 seconds or 75 seconds, I'm not sure. That finish from Foden. So, yeah.
No, just want to add one thing, right? In addition to the Europa League and the Champions League, we also have the FA Cup final that is pending. So just want to mention that. Exactly. So that is still open. And also, this is the only league, Premier League is the only league where we got to see a finish and a decider until the last day. Whereas almost all leagues, it was done and dusted a week or a couple of weeks before.
Yeah, you actually summarized about the points from the last three seasons. It just goes on to show how strong City is. This exact 89 points what Arsenal had this season was exactly what they needed last season to win the league.
Correct.
And 93 is not again something which they remade it, but they achieved 91 and they have won the league. So basically, they can push even that 1 yard further than whoever is challenging them for the title. So that has been proven yet again from them. I said this, I guess, and before the start of the run in, I guess, around February or something when we did the video. There is only one team in the world which can go on and mold itself depending on the situation, and if they have to win every single game, they will win every single game. And then again, they proved it. Basically, if you see 2024 this season, so expecting a title in this Premier League era means that you have to go a complete calendar season unbeaten. Yet you can still it could be that you don't win the league. So that is what's the standard they have set. That is absolutely crazy display from Ford yesterday. Deserved Premier League Player of the Year according to me.
Right.
I was skeptical about it, but there is no other better contender, and he yet again proved it. That goal on the start, it just calmed the nerves, and they were like, okay, we're going to cruise through. Yeah. So
one thing about Foden, right? He's again proving to be a big match player. We've discussed about him in the Champions League, in the crunch, say Manchester derbies. Like he is stepping up in those crucial crunch matches, and as Abhishek said, deservedly player of the season. Yeah.
Kind of won all their games, and the crucial game was against Spurs. Yeah, we spoke about it last week. So that's it. Yes, fourth time in a row, as I said, and the sixth trophy, Premier League trophy for Pep. He had won it all, done it all. So next, let's go to Arsenal. What more they can do, what more Arteta can do. It's this 2 seasons in a row now. They finished second. I guess last season, as I said earlier, 5 points, and this season it's 2 points. Again, a great game. Yes, first half was Everton better, or probably Arteta was just holding back, not
Before going into this particular match and everything, I would, as you mentioned, Arsenal giving the fight last 2 seasons, so last season and this season. According to me, last season was number one, a bottle job from Arsenal, and number two, they were just unlucky because going into a run in from April with 5 points ahead of City, that was actually the best chance. But the injuries basically first bottle job, have to accept it, and then injuries. I was expecting exactly what we have delivered in this season just to see whether we have progressed, because not giving up and not doing exactly the same mistake in this run in is exactly what they did, what they've achieved. So that is a progress in my eyes. As I mentioned, still not enough in a league where City and Pep are there. So basically, that still shows Arsenal have learned from their past season. They have bolstered the squad and the mentality to not give in during this run-in, but they just need to get better. Even one slip-up, you're done. That's what it's shown this season. And coming to the last game, see, it was a mammoth job for the manager to get this team up after what they have done this season, knowing that whatever they do, they need a result in another game. So the team was already down. Performance-wise, I wouldn't go much into it with the last season with the complete hangover of the 37, 38 game season behind them, whatever they have done. So it was basically a stubborn display from Everton and Arsenal trying to break the wall down. One thing as a fan, I should say, in this match, I was pretty damn sure, even till the 89th minute or whatever we score, whenever we scored the goal, that we're going to win this game. So that is in itself the mentality what this team has given the fans, and that's great. So I would see positives. And just speaking about the game yesterday, I don't think it was a great display, but again shows that okay, even without the great display, they could take the 3 points at home, which they had done against West Ham and Fulham and Aston Villa exactly like this. But it's too much to wish for. This team has won more games than the Invincibles. They are just finishing 1 point behind Invincibles, what they achieved, and yet it is not even close to winning the title. So that just shows the league basically.
That shows how Man City and Pep have set up their team, the standards you mentioned, right, Jagan? And one thing I want to talk about Arsenal is the kind of learning they've had from the previous season, not bottling it. That is massive character, massive mentality shift. I think next season onwards, I think it's already time for Arsenal to back it up with trophies, right? They've been terrific in the past couple of seasons, the mindset mentality, but backing it up with trophies should be the next set of achievements and accomplishments Arteta and his team should be trying to do.
No, for me, as you guys said, probably for me the next season, one guy who could kind of compete with Pep is Arteta for me, because I don't know, probably another season for Ten Hag maybe. I don't know how successful Ten Hag will be. I'm not really sure. The reason why I'm saying is because yesterday it was the last game for Klopp, right? So he was. Liverpool was also. Well in contention. Probably I don't know. But back of the mind, we always knew it would be very difficult with the squad size and the amount of injuries to compete against Arsenal and Manchester City. But the reason I'm saying is Arne Slot is going to come in as a new manager. For a new manager to compete for a title, it's going to be really, really difficult. So yeah, Arteta would be one guy who would definitely compete for the next season against Pep. Let's see what happens. And speaking of, Liverpool. So yesterday, yes, 2-0 victory against Wolves, but it was not the highlight. So the highlight was the farewell Klopp got. It was great to see. The amount. He deserves every bit of celebration they had yesterday, and 8 trophies in 9 years. Yeah, for me personally, he could have done a little bit more. Probably this, as I said, this 2021-22 season, like they finished 1 point. Probably could have pushed. We spoke much about Pep. They've been doing it. They've been really great. Let's see what's in store for Liverpool with Arne Slot. Yes, he had also done a lot of good things at Feyenoord.
No, Liverpool are getting more than a decent manager, right? The kind of impact he has had on the Eredivisie, the Dutch league. He is touted to be, a good tactical manager. But as you said, it's going to take someone to come into the Premier League and get adapted. That was the case. I remember in 2016-2017 season, Pep, Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho, everyone came in, and it also took Pep to assess his team, assess how the club is set up and then weed out the players that he didn't want. So it's going to take some a year, a season at least. But let's hope Liverpool get it right.
And the next team, Aston Villa, we spoke about them last video itself. The first time they qualified, but I don't know. I guess they played the full strength
Crystal
squad,
Palace.
right?
Yeah.
Full strength again. The same team they played against Liverpool. They also played it this week, but the final maybe they are kind of overwhelmed with what they achieved, and they kind of took it light. Okay, fine. Next is Spurs, of course, fifth. Unfortunate. Son scored that goal. Probably something would have happened. Probably they could have qualified. And next, Chelsea, Newcastle, and Manchester United. So, Anand, what's your take on Manchester United? Erik ten Hag.
So there are two sides to it, right? One, as a club, the performance this season has been underwhelming, right? They had a depleted squad strength, but that is not an excuse. The kind of injuries they've had, that is something they should have managed. So keeping that aside, the way Erik ten Hag has performed as a manager, he has some credits due from last season, but nothing from this season, right? This season, there would be something to be happy about if they clinch the FA Cup, which they would play against City in Wembley next week. But that is also something that will show the character of the team, right? And I feel Erik ten Hag as a manager, he has credentials, but with the changing management, the leadership, I feel he should be getting one more season to assess if he can perform at this standard at United for one more season. Let's see, but I'm in for not sacking him and giving him just like an extended rope, let's say.
Okay.
Fine. So let's So that's 8. Bro, I don't know like who
See,
finished.
basically, there is one more important thing happening in the championship, I guess. Who is going to come up? So that's the final. It's still there. I guess Southampton and Leeds are going to face off at Wembley. So that will be interesting. So
Yeah, that would be, and also Leicester, as you said, Leicester. They finished top of the championship, so they are again making a comeback to the top tier.
One thing about the clubs getting relegated, just like how they got promoted last season, all three are going back again to the championship. Sheffield United, Burnley, and Luton. Let's see if Ipswich replaces that kind of a team and stays up in the league.
Okay. So yeah, probably that's everything which we covered about England. So let's go to other parts of Europe. So one interesting thing, or probably the one interesting moment which made me which made me happy on Saturday is Royce's goal on his final day at Dortmund. It was a great. It's really great to see Royce to score a goal, because I was just hoping for something like this kind of a goal or a performance against Real Madrid. But yes, it came like one match ahead. Bundesliga is like kind of, yes, of course, unbeaten run. Xabi Alonso and his men. So now top of the 51, right? 51 matches unbeaten run. And the most important thing is Stuttgart are finished second and Munich at third. So that's because last day Hoffenheim was Munich, it was like 4-2. I guess I don't know who's the next manager for Bayern. So now Tuchel had officially rejected the offer from Bayern. So what do you guys think? Who is going to replace Tuchel, or who is going to be at the helm?
no idea. So they have actually contacted all possible candidates for so far who they wish they had. So Flick was also contacted. Flick wants particular clauses in his contract. Yeah, and they wanted to have him back, but Flick had his demands of having a contract not for 1.5 years, which Bayern is doing as their new policy. He wanted more of a 4-year contract, which they are not ready to give, and he has his problems with the board already because of a documentary. So he's not the first choice, but he could still be a choice if they accept to his demands. Otherwise, they have contacted Glasner, which they also rejected. So yeah, the options and candidate list is wearing thin for them currently.
No, they tried going for Nagelsmann again. Sorry, the German national team. Then they went for Ralf Rangnick, who's the Austrian coach. he rejected the proposal too. Then Hansi Flick, and they went back again to Tuchel to revise the conditions and try to find an amicable solution. That didn't work. So it's not. It's a very interesting and tough position to be at the Bayern's board at this moment to find the right candidate, because again, if they find someone that doesn't work in a season or 2 seasons, they again have to go through this grueling process again. So
Yeah. So again, kind of a respite, or probably for the English fans, is Harry Kane. Highest goal scorer in the Bundesliga with 36 goals.
Bayern finishing third means that they will not be able to play for the Pokal Community Shield equivalent in Germany also. So
Right.
the winner of the Pokal and the league winners play. So if Bayer win both of them, so the first and the second team plays. So it would be then Bayern and Stuttgart.
Right. Okay. So that's a trophyless season for Bayern. It's a rarity, but yeah, that we have to live with it. Let's see what happens next season.
Yeah, from a manager point of view, right? Juventus have parted ways with Max Allegri. Okay,
But
so
they
if
won
you see,
Coppa Italia, right?
exactly,
After winning that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Against Atlanta, they won the Coppa Italia, but the management have agreed to part ways with Allegri, and they have offered Thiago Motta, the Bologna manager, a 3-year contract. So
Yeah.
if you see the top leagues, there are going to be dominoes of managers, shifts of managers from here and there. So it will be interesting to face the transfer window and see how not just the players, right? It's going to be the set of managers who will be switching sides. And if you also take a look at La Liga, there is also rumor that Xavi would be sacked by the Barcelona president, Laporta. So it's really interesting time to see who will be the manager of which club at the end of the transfer window.
At the start of next season.
At the start of next season, yeah.
Okay.
Almeria, Granada, and Cadiz, the 3 are getting relegated from La Liga. Yeah. Now, one last point I wanted to mention when we are talking about the relegation battles. I think there are some credits to be given to Everton and Nottingham Forest from the Premier League. Irrespective of their point detections due to Premier League charges, they managed to stay up in the league, and credits to Sean Dyche especially. Because the kind of fight they've been putting in the last a month or two, it's been good to watch, and it would have been really pity to see Everton slip down to the championship.
Okay.
And talking about it, October is officially the start of the investigation for 115 charges against Manchester City, and ruling will be early next year.
Let's see. Okay, what happens? So yeah, as we said, Euro is going to happen in another, 1 month time or something. We will definitely cover exclusively. So I guess for today's episode, that's a wrap. Again, congratulations to Pep and Man City for winning another title. Do subscribe to our channel, Sported Reports. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.